What you are seeing is not a coincidence, not a random moment, and certainly not a routine military rotation. When U.S. military aircraft begin appearing at strategic locations like Lajes Field, analysts don't ask what. They ask why now. In modern geopolitics, large-scale movement is never accidental. Messages are rarely delivered through speeches alone. They are delivered through logistics, through fuel, through flight hours. The world is not watching preparations for war. The world is watching the pressure phase, the moment before decisions are made. And that moment is often the most dangerous. Lajes is not a frontline base. It is not a combat zone, and that is precisely why it matters. This base functions as a strategic bridge between North America and potential theaters of conflict. Every aircraft that stops here signals one simple reality. Long-range operations are being enabled. Global options are being unlocked. Timing is equally critical. This movement coincides with hardened rhetoric, with diplomacy shifting into ultimatum language. In military strategy, timing is never a footnote. Timing reveals intent, and this timing is deliberate. Under Donald Trump, this pattern is familiar. Strong words come first. Military pressure follows, and uncertainty is allowed to grow. This is not improvisation. It is calculated pressure. Trump understands a fundamental truth of global politics. Perception can be as powerful as force itself, and perception is shaped through visible readiness. Aircraft, bases, operational posture. Strategic bombers sit at the center of psychological deterrence. Aircraft like the B-52 Stratofortress are not about surprise. They are about certainty. Their value lies in visibility. Intercontinental reach, precision strike capability without deploying ground forces. Then there is the B-1B Lancer, faster, more flexible, designed for rapidly changing scenarios. And above them all, there is the bomber you rarely hear about, the B-2 Spirit. When it is absent from headlines, analysts grow more alert, because it is not designed to threaten. It is designed to decide. Modern war is not won by a single aircraft. It is won by systems working in sequence. Legacy fighters like the F-15 and F-16 still matter. They control airspace, protect assets, maintain dominance, but the center of gravity lies elsewhere, with the F-35 Lightning II. The F-35 is not built for spectacle. It is built to enter first. Disable defenses. Blind adversaries before they realize what is happening. If conflict begins, it will not start loudly. It will start quietly. And the F-35 represents that silent opening phase.
Just keep climbing high after you take a few shots.
One of the most important signals is what we do not see. There is no mass mobilization of ground troops, no armored buildup, no invasion-scale logistics. What is present are rapid reaction forces, Marines, base defense units, operational support elements. This absence is intentional. The United States is not preparing to occupy territory. It is preparing to ensure air and naval operations function without disruption. A full-scale war with Iran would open too many fronts, create too many risks, and generate too much uncertainty. U.S. bases would become targets. Allies would be drawn in. Global energy markets would destabilize. Militarily, such a war might be winnable. Politically, it would be extraordinarily costly. That is why total war remains the last option, not the preferred one. What is unfolding is pressure without commitment, limited strikes, high precision, clearly defined targets, or no strikes at all if pressure alone achieves the objective. This is modern deterrence, winning without fighting, or fighting as little as possible. History teaches one lesson repeatedly. Major wars rarely begin with plans for major wars. They begin with miscalculation, with misinterpretation, with reactions that spiral beyond control. That is why this phase matters. Not because of intent, but because of tension. And in moments like this, the most consequential decisions are often made without noise, without cameras, and without warning.